Hi and good afternoon. I'm a student researcher, a part of Andy's. Today I'm here to express why I think Canada is a fantastic country for Australian firms to expand into. I've crafted a range of arguments in order to form a country profile. I'm Cameron Lewis and here are my findings. First of all, a briefing. Canada being the second largest country area-wise, they rely heavily on agricultural and natural resources to keep their economy thriving. Companies looking to expand into the agricultural and fishing industry are applicable for government subsidy and support. These government programs provide anywhere from $390 to $5 million in funding for small businesses. Furthermore, Canada have a very low corporate income tax, roughly 13% lower than that of the US, and a flexible or floating exchange rate system that offers greater independence in the conduct of monetary policy and better insulation from external shocks. First of all, Canada is an economically developed first world country. With a strong establishment of a professional market, Canada's economy thrives through its vast supply of natural resources. This includes petroleum, coking coal, crude oil, and several other valuable minerals. In fact, Canada has the third greatest proven oil reserve in the world of just 10.3%, most of which is found in the oil sands. Further, Canada's natural resource sectors account for 1/5 of the nominal GDP, accounting for over 1.8 million jobs, and for global producers that are ranked first in potash, second in uranium, and third in aluminium. In 2018, Canada had mass imports of 607 billion and exports of 585 billion, where 17% is catered for by the export of vehicles and aircraft, with their largest trading partner being the US with 76%. Canada were ranked as the 13th largest exporter in 2018, where they catered for 2.3% of global total exports. In regards to human development, in 2019, Canada had a score of 77 on the CPI, placing them the 12th least corrupt country worldwide. Further, Canada's economic freedom score of 78.2 makes their economy the 9th freest in the world, perhaps indicative of its 10th largest economy. Their nominal GDP of 1.741 trillion had an inflation rate of just 0.6%. Further, the OECD reports Canada's productivity as the largest influence on economic expansion. Canada mostly uses ad valorem tariffs with the duty valuation of free of board, otherwise known as FOB. Canada's HDI value for 2018 was 0.922, implicative of a very high human development category. Between 1990 and 2018, this was an increase of 8.5%, positioning them at 13th out of 189 countries for human development. Now, Canada's expected years of schooling for students has dropped from 16.7 years down to just 16.1. However, over the same time period, the average number of years of schooling is far greater, an increase of 10.3 to 13.3 years, with an increase in GNI per capita of 30,384 to 43,602, thus leading to the subsequent increase in HDI value. Compared to Australia, Canada's HDI rating is slightly lower at 0.933 and ranks just 7 places behind with a slightly smaller life expectancy and GNI. Economic development is definitely of greater importance to Australian businesses looking to expand there, as Australia does not possess the resources to export internationally. We already have the expansive business deals with Canada and fortunately already speak the same language. Canada has the world's highest total estimated value of natural resources, given this sector contributes over 20% to their nominal GDP, accounting for 1.8 million jobs. Canada is defined as an energy superpower, especially given its vast array of quality and quantity of the minerals and petroleum they produce. Since the industry's large influence on the gross national income, the oil and gas sector are a vital part to the Canadian economy. The world's demand for oil and coking coal is projected to peak in the mid-2030s. Thus, given they produce the most environmentally conservative regulated oil, Canada should be primarily focusing on expanding this industry and exporting to the best of their ability. Canada have an absolute advantage in agricultural production and natural resources with mining, due to the low-cost land that they produce on. Further, due to the availability of the vast land, Canada has a clear absolute advantage in the crude oil industry. According to the US Department of Energy, Canada remained the largest exporter of total petroleum to the United States, in May exporting around 3,265,000 barrels each day. Contrastingly, Canada also has a comparative advantage through the mining of their coking coal to produce the highest quality of steel on a global scale. Given its cheap excavation and purity, Canada has a comparative advantage in producing cell phones. Since they use the same amount of resources to produce more of said good being the cell phones than their competitors, their resource efficiency is greater than any country around it, and their annual income generated from it is US 98.4 billion, purely from mineral fuels and oil, with a further 61.4 billion coming from the exports of vehicles, thus totaling 35% of their net exports, as a result of all the efficient mining of precious metals to produce these goods. More simply, despite Canada being the most efficient at production and exports within this industry, it also happens to be where they are most efficient and more efficient than other countries around them. So I thank you for listening to my findings. I'm truly excited to see how we can expand the Australian businesses into this relatively new sector of the world for us. Please reach out to me if you're eager to hear more. Cheers.